Okay, so we bought a collection, and Bob brought it by today, and I knew it was a lot. We had talked about it. He's a long-standing customer of ours, and I knew there was a lot of cards, but I didn't realize there were this many. So let me walk back over here, and I'll Vanna White it up for you and show you this isn't even all of it. So yeah, here we go. And that's too deep, guys. That is front, and then there's back. So yeah, there's a lot to go through. So when we brought it in, there was a box that was kind of separated, and I caught a glimpse of a couple of the cards that were in there, and we're going to go through those today. So stay tuned. I'll be right back, and we're going to switch the cameras up, and I'm going to show you some of the vintage stuff that was in this collection. So stay tuned. Okay, so here is what was in the box that was setting kind of separated here. So there's 52 tops, 53 tops, 54, 55s. There's some miscellaneous stuff here. This is 53 Bowman, and there's some black and whites in there as well, 54 and then 55 Bowman. So there's some cool stuff in here. I tried not to look through it so I could have a general reaction to some of the stuff in here, but yeah, that was kind of setting by itself, and I saw it already, so you're not going to get any reaction from me there. So let's start with the 52 tops because it's probably the most recognizable of all of the top series of all time, really. Actually, Topps Chrome just did an anniversary of this issue. So now, don't get me wrong, these are in pretty rough shape, but considering they're older than my dad, yeah, they're pretty cool here. So there's Cliff Fannin, Carl Scheib, Henry Majeski, Dale Mitchell. There's a Cardinal, Del Rice, Bob Kuzaba, Dwayne Paletti, Ed Lopat. Boy, Leo, you've seen better days, my friend. You've got tape on you, and whoo. Anyway, still cool. 52 Tops is such a cool brand. Luke Easter, Merrill Combs, Harry Dorish, Bob Lemmet. Boy, you are in rough shape too, bud. Woo, look at you. You've definitely seen better days. Barney McCoskey, Johnny Bernardino. There's a Yankee, Frank Shea. Joe Presco, Cardinal. Well, that's way off center. Wow, that looks like it's actually, has that been just cut wrong? I don't even know if that's the right size. That's been cut. Yeah, that's ugly. Wow, Slaughter. You're in rough shape too, bud, but still, what a card. How cool. Ray Murray, Allie Reynolds, Don Bolweg, some more tape on Maurice McDermott, Bud Byerly, Eddie Kazak, Mickey Harris, George Sternweiss, Pete Reiser, George Zervernik, Ralph Houck. Now, that one's pretty sweet. Way off-centered. I think it's not been cut. Now, it seems to be the right size, but there was one card in there that looked like scissors had been taken to it. And that's kind of the problem with some of the vintage stuff. It's not only is it sometimes rough like this, it's because when kids have these cards, sometimes they actually cut them. It doesn't look like there's anything maliciously done to that, like on purpose, to make it look better centered or anything. But anyway, that's still pretty cool. There's 52 tops. So let's move on to the 53s. Jim Hegan, Dale Mitchell, Gene Woodling, Allie Reynolds, Yankee, Ed Arout, Jim Fridley, Wally Westlake, Billy Glenn, Art Schultz, Harry Simpson, Al Rosen, there's Phil Rizzuto, Bob Hooper, hey, Slaughter again, way off-centered, but still, what a card. Ooh, Eddie Matthews, there's another big name, sweet. Corners are rounded. I mean, when you talk about condition of cards like this, we've got to determine whether or not they've been abused. Now, none of these, in my opinion, have been abused by any means, but ones and twos, if these were to be graded, would be the grade. Some of them probably might just be sent back as either altered or maybe abused. So anyway, Bob Kennedy, Gus Nirajos, and I'm so mispronounced that, Willie Miranda, and Early Win. This has got a nice big printing flaw or something there, a nice crease in the middle, but still cool 1953 tops. So let's move on to the 54s. And of course, we've got Jackie here, and we're going to sleeve Mr. Jackie up. And we'll set him off to the side. Hey, another great player, Hank Bauer. Red Cress, 2 of those. Oh my God. Oh, wow. All right. This is amazing. Hank Aaron. Wow. How about that? I mean, seriously got some major something there, tape or something's been on it right there. And that's not going to come off. That's not going to be able to be buffed out or anything. Corners are rounded. I don't see any major creases or anything, but that is cool. This edge here is pretty rough, but we actually may send that off just so we can certify the grade on that. A 2, maybe. I'm not a professional grader, but I've been around long enough to think that that is, wow. Was not expecting that. That was cool. Bill Glenn, Rocky Nelson, 2 of them. Howie Fox, Al Rosen, Dave Philly, Wally Westlake, Larry Doby, the first African American in the American League. Everybody knows Jackie, but Doby was first in the American League. Yogi Bera, pretty rough Yogi, but still incredible, 1953. Luke Easter, and this might be what we would consider abused. So this card has definitely had better days in its lifetime. But Jim Hegan, Dave Hoskins, Hank Bauer, that's a sweet card. Randy Kress, so 1955. So we got Joe Coleman, team card. Wally Westlake. Now this one here is what would be considered incredibly off-center, but still cool card. 2 Al Rosens, team card. Billy Glenn, Hal Newhouser, Jim Hegan, Ferris Fane, Ernie Banks. Oh, that's nice. Ernie, you're going to get a sleeve. Now the thing with Ernie I can see here pretty quick is if I get this up a little closer, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there is a major, there it is. You can see the major crease right in the center of it, but still an incredible card. Definitely one of the gems of what I've looked through here. Oh, and there's Ted Williams, and this is really creased. I mean, yeah. Nonetheless, someone's going to get a chance to own a Ted Williams 1955. Incredible card. Team card. Harvey Kine, Ed Torgeson, Al Smith, that's pretty sweet. Bill Scourin, Jim Hegan, Al Rosen, another Larry Doby card, that's pretty sweet. Bob Lemon, guy overlooked quite a bit when we talk about some of the greats of the game. Dale Mitchell, Art Houdeman, Al Aber, Gil McDonald, Gil McDougald. See if I can mispronounce some more names here. Early Win again. Here's Bob Feller. That is a sweet Bob Feller. And then I see the next guy here, another pitcher nobody wanted to face back in the day, Robin Roberts. This is another deal where it's not gradable. I mean, seriously, the huge crease down the middle, God knows what that is there. That's pretty bad. But still. Oh, here we go. How about that? Mickey, and it is in pretty poor shape. And before I sleeve it up here, just take a look at the corner there. Both left bottom, top right corner. Every corner's rounded. There's a crease here. Uh, yeah. Regardless, I mean, who gets to touch this type of stuff? Who actually gets to have it in their possession? A card from the 50s of arguably the greatest hitter of all time. I mean, unreal. Oh, Sandy Koufax. All right, this is my guy. If you know me, you know that when it comes to vintage, Sandy Koufax is my guy. So I've got the Koufax rookie. I actually had this too. Mine's in about the same condition as this one is. These stains here are pretty bad, but who cares? It's freaking Sandy Koufax. I mean, that's awesome. So we're going to sleeve up Sandy, put him up there with Mickey, and then red Kretz. Still cool, right? 55 tops. So let's go with the 53 Bowman, black and white, and the color. I think they're mixed up in here too. So Lou Bordeaux, Gil Hodges. How about that? It's off-centered poorly, but still, Gil Hodges. I mean, seriously, it's awesome. Cass Michaels, George Shuba, Harry Simpson. This one's cool here. Slaughter. How cool. How just iconic is that pose right there. Amazing. Sam Rogovin. Joe Dobson. Got another Cardinal here. Eddie Stanky. So, yeah, I think you Cardinal fans who are, a little older than me, probably my dad's age, you know who Eddie Stanky is. There's Larry Doby again. I mean, pioneer of breaking the color barrier in the American League. Doby, what a great card. Here's a black and white. Rocky Bridges. Vic Raschi. Roy McMillan, another Cardinal. Here's a black and white of Eddie Robinson. That's a classic pose there. Gus Zernial. And then we've got Bobby Shantz. So that's your 53 Bowman black and white. Now, I'm not always great at vintage and, getting all the years correct and all that. So if I've messed up here, cut me a little slack. So we've got Whitey Ford. What a card. It is incredibly chewed up on the edges there, but still, I mean, it's freaking Whitey Ford. How awesome is that? Mickey Grasso. Frank Smith. There's Bob Lemon again. This one's in pretty decent shape. Top right corner's got a pretty bad crease in it, but Owen Friend. Ferris Fain. Pat Mullen. Dale Mitchell. Here we go. Bob Feller. Now this one here is wicked creased, but still, it's a Bob Feller card. It's 1954. Here we go. Billy Martin, one of the most colorful characters ever in Major League Baseball. Managing, playing, whatever. Nice crease in it, but still, it's awesome. Ken Raffensperger. Mike Garcia. Luke Easter. Roy Murray. Bobby Avila. Willard Marshall. Eddie Yost. Jim Persall. George Strickland. This one's got tape on it. Del Rice. Bob Hooper. Art Houdeman. Hey, Pee Wee Reese. What a card. Incredible. And it's actually in pretty decent shape. The centering is shockingly on for this one for the year. And yeah, that's cool. One of the all-time greats, Pee Wee Reese. Ooh, Eddie Matthews. Oh, that is nice. 1954 Eddie Matthews. It's off-center from top to bottom, left to right as well. No major creases, but the corners are pretty rounded. Still, that is an incredible card. And then Larry Doby once again. So anyone who's interested in the color barrier being broken should look up Larry Doby, because everyone's heard of our man Jackie, but Doby, was breaking down walls in the American League, so doesn't get a whole lot of credit for it. So we got some 1955 Bowmans here. So early win, Eddie Watkus, Cal Abrams, Jim McDonald, a really, really beat up Cass Michaels, Hank Majeski, Mike Garcia. Here's a Bob Feller card that's way off centered. And you can actually see the next card on the printing press was miscut into the back of this as well. So yeah, that's about as bad as a miscut can get. And you see there on the front how miscut it is as well. So anyway, it's a shame, but still, it's a Bob Feller card from 1955, right? Who cares? Hal Narrigan, Rudy Regaldo, Jim Hughes, Matt Batts, Charlie Maxwell, Yogi Bera. That is really rounded on the corners. A lot of white showing there, but still an incredible, incredible card. Carl Erskine, Sherm Lawler. So a little locality here too. So a lot of you guys here in Springfield know who Sherm Lawler is. George Strickland. And we've got Ralph Kiner here, and I'm going to go ahead and sleeve that one up because I am a huge Ralph Kiner fan. Very cool card. Al Brazel, umpire card, umpire card. Bennett Flowers, umpire, 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 umpire. Walt Dropo, umpire, 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 and finally, Dale Mitchell. And then we've got another umpire card there. So that was fun. So that was just the beginning of what we're going to be going through. So the collection we bought was from a gentleman who's been collecting his whole life. A lot of this stuff is literally from his childhood. So there's a lot of sentimentality here. I did forget to go through some of these here that were just some of the oddball stuff. So these are old Red Heart cards. I don't see them very often. I don't know how much value is with those Red Hearts, but I mean, George Kell, it's got pinholes in it. Looks like it was actually pinned up to a wall at some point in time. But as you can see, we've got so much to go through. Don't know how much vintage is in this collection. I've been told quite a bit. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop any comments down below and let me know what you think of it. And if there's anything you're dead set interested in, just let us know. None of this will be priced out and put out for at least, 4 or 5 days, maybe a couple weeks even. So anyway, that was a blast. So if you liked the video, make sure you click like. It's going to be up on YouTube and Facebook. So those of you guys on YouTube might want to go to our Facebook page and vice versa. So we'll catch you guys later, and we'll see you at Fastbreak.